Okay, hi, hello to anyone that happens to be here. I am so waking the fuck up. Extremely tired from yesterday. Okay, so I have everything set up. Chat open the sign. Okay. So pretty sure I could probably still get in trouble with the not safe work scene. Based on what I looked at, it's still kind of very because if anything, can't buddies taught me anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'd be still a bit sus for YouTube's what YouTube would allow. Pretty sure. Maybe Twitch would be fun, but I don't think YouTube. So yeah, definitely gonna skip all those for the playthrough. So hopefully I catch them in time. So anyways, could I have this play out again? Because there was speaking now. Okay. What if I load it? Does that work? Nope. Okay. So you're back after all. The cold Sidkium nights get to you?
I'm pretty used to them by now, but the climate is pretty different to Aurelia Cavella.
The door to the club shut quietly. A silver-haired man walked in. His expression was clouded and hard to read. He obviously wasn't pleased with having to come back. With a sigh, he leant back against the wall and took in the sight in front of him. Caspian, his once love and now enemy, was a carpenter. Prince of Aurelia Cavella, next in line to the throne, spent his days making tables.
I have nowhere else to go. Trust me, if I had any choice, I'd be as far from here as possible.
Caspian shrugged, trying to look as nonchalant as possible inside. Emotions were raging in front of him stood his old love, the person who was once most important to him. Even now, after everything that had happened, he could barely contain himself. All he wanted was a second chance. He thought that perhaps fate had granted it to him. But he knew better than that to hope for something that could not be.
If you're that desperate, I'll give you some money and you can find an inn.
Forget it. Just leave me here alone and go back to wherever you live now.
At the very least, will you let me know how you've been?
How I've been? When? Now? Last year? All the years beforehand? Why would you care? You ran away from me years ago.
I had no choice, you know that. If I'd stayed...
Neil's face darkened, of course. He did know that. He knew that it was his fault. Driven Caspian away in the first place. But knowing that didn't stop the bitterness he felt in his heart.
It's none of your business how I've been.
I want it to be my business. Is that really so much to ask? Please, for an old friend.
The word friend, Emil flinched before a frown crossed his face.
It's too late. Please, just leave me alone. You're the last person I want to see right now.
I waited for you, you know. I waited for weeks in Stagwich, sure that you'd come and find me and bring me home. Hoping that it was all a dream. But it wasn't, and I had to move on.
Ah, that's... You waited? Oh. Really want to know how it really played out, because again, I'm pretty sure there's something I remember that's supposed to be a thing that we could actually find out about that whole past. Pretty sure it was. Where was it? Actually, I'm curious, is it even out? It was the game, isn't it? Or was it just talked about? I don't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's something that's supposed to come out at some point. Really want to know. Now that we're getting the info, some idea of what happened then. Casting hand rests on the doorknob. Come in and out of the shop more times than he could count over the years. So why was this time so difficult?
Good night, Emil.
White-haired woman stood alone in the middle of a quiet village. She pulled her cloak in around her and looked down at the snowfield mountain that surrounded her. Is this Fawn's sister? The heavy heart and clouded mind, she took the first steps away from the village, quietly, carefully, as to not alert any of the residents.
Where do you think you're going?
Is it already? Her whirled around. She spun back to see who had discovered her.
To find my children. Don't be foolish. Your body needs rest. Just 2 days ago, it was still a corpse. I can't stand another day of doing nothing but lying in bed, waiting to be used to this body. There's no choice. We all had to do it. You're not any different. No matter what you say, I'm going. Try to lock me in and I'll tear down the walls to escape. I will find them even if I have to crawl through the snow until it kills me. You're serious about this then?
White-haired woman stared at the other and nodded.
You're putting me in a difficult position, you know. Elliot asked me to keep an eye on you.
Wait, Elliot, was that someone we knew? His statue of man titled Elliot the Great. Wait, what?
I don't trust that man. You must know who he is, what he did. He caused the downfall of the gods in the first place.
What?
I know that was before you ascended, but it's as fresh in my mind as the day it happened.
Wait. It's a general that led Sidkiam's army in Aurelia, the Aurelian War. Okay.
My children. If not for him, they never would have gone through the hardships that were forced onto them. If it means that much to you, then I'll find them and make sure they get here safely. Really? Well, I can't have you traipsing through the snow at this time of night. Get some rest and leave it to me.
Can I trust her? Will she actually do it? She saved my life, so I owe her. For now, I'll agree.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you so much.
The woman walked back into the village side by side, speaking quietly. So there's a whole new story that's gonna play out? How long is this game? This is only the first route. There is so much story to uncover. That route, but whatever that story is, same given from what I remember being told during last stream. So all the voice stuff is all shared stuff. Since we're still waiting to find however long that's gonna be, and however long this game is. Opened my eyes, I was finally sure that yesterday wasn't a dream. I was still under fawn, just as I had been last night. I was sleeping peacefully. For both him and I were mess, covered my face in shame. Oh god, it's already done. I cleaned up last night. The whole room smelled like sex. Timidly, I peeked out from between my fingers. Fauna just gradually rose and fell. They did that with Fawn, with the one I love. Who would have thought I'd get to share this with someone so special? I gently struck the hair out of his face and smiled. I really am lucky. Thank you, Fawn. Stronger. I know what I have to do. The sun gradually rose in the sky outside, spreading patterns all over the bed. Relaxing, comforting. Things Fawn felt like being at home. Stayed like this for much of the morning. Maybe Fawn woke up a long time ago. Maybe he didn't. Neither of us spoke up. It was too nice to just lay there and enjoy each other. Just for a moment, we could forget about everything else. Fortunately, that moment couldn't last forever. Decision. Time for me to go home, Fawn. Thought you might say that. Never run away from these things. I'm tighter again, fingertips dancing over his exposed back. Reason for me to wander around a city I don't belong in. My answers. Been on my journey. What does it mean for us? You'll come with me, right? Anywhere if you'll have me. And I know it's definitely the right choice. To trust you by my side could be wrong. Not so sure of that, but I'll be by your side whether you make mistakes or not. Will you go find the others? Well, shouldn't we clean up a little first? Left me all sticky. I'm really sorry. Zombie, you'll only have to be sorry if you don't do it to me again. Maybe stay a little longer? Have I awoken the beast that sleeps inside of Rain? His head crooked my head and he wrapped his arms around me tighter before shaking his head. Not like this with you forever, but there'll be time for that later, right? Yeah, you're right. I pulled his hair and gently left a kiss on his forehead. He smiled, bright and cheerful. With that, we slowly made our way out of bed and cleaned ourselves up. We really did make a mess. Undressed, as lingered on his undressed body, slowly draped his clothes over himself. For some reason I found myself captivated. He noticed me sneaking a peek, but stayed quiet. Instead, letting me watch him. Strange, after all that happened, why does him something like this seem so essential? 'Cause it's love, Rain! 'Cause it's love! Pulled my eyes away and started dressing myself afterwards. Found our way out of my room. Hold on, I just need to make sure. 'Cause a while ago, OBS was crashing. I'm speaking, right? Okay, I am. Just want to make sure. Last time I was streaming, not on YouTube, but on Twitch, things were breaking. Okay, the entryway was dark. The door that led out to Sid Game was still shut. No one stood behind the counter to greet us. Strange, usually it would be wide open, inviting in guests. It's not that early, right? Where's Erin? So quiet. I was hoping we run to Leos or Sign. I'll go check on the rooms. Wait here. Quickly checked Leos' room. The door pushed open when I went to grab the handle. Inside was nothing. No one. Should lock the doorway and leaves. Jeez. I made my way back to Fawn and shook my head. Every scene. Hopefully we bump into them along the way, at least. For now, let's go back and find the speaker in Caspian. I don't think it's strange. Check my head. It did feel strange, but strange was the last thing I needed right now. The sky was overcast and dark gray clouds rolled in from over the horizon. The streets were dark and bare, void of any life. For once the snow had begun to halt, with only a splattering rain down from the sky. I stepped through the empty street and felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Couldn't work out exactly why. Because it was quiet? Because everything had seemed to just paused? I feel like it's always been quiet in this town if I can kind of recall how it's been described, but whatever. No, it's because of it reminded me of Oxboar. Doors were shut up tight, and not a single soul wandered the streets. Do we have a demon on the loose again? Maybe it is a little strange after all. Where's everyone gone? Carefully found our ways to the cliffs. On the lookout for someone. Oh, anyway, along the way. A cool wind blew through the streets, carrying with the dead leaves. Ants around us as if they want to follow us. Pushed the doors to the cliffs open carefully. It felt a little awkward barging in, but there was no point in standing around outside in the cold.
Good morning, Sir Speaker.
Still being formal, I guess. It's fine. Caspian was nowhere to be seen. Then the speaker stood, leaned against the table, looking surprised at my sudden entrance.
Just call me Emil.
There we go. Know your name, so it just definitely seems a bit weird, especially since we're not in Relic Cavella, so what's with the formality?
Alright. Emil.
Hearing Caspian call him Emil was awkward. It was almost devastating to hear it come out of my own mouth. With respect, no one ever called the speaker by his name. Just wasn't something you should do. Emil. Emil! Okay, that's fine. I can do this. Had to say in her head just a few more times. That's fine.
It always ends up like that. Abandoned, pushed to the side. Everyone moves on and forgets you.
That's...
I want to say it wasn't true, but I can't shake the feeling that his words were right.
Can I ask you a question?
If you must.
How did you even find me? How did you get here? We've been on the road for so long.
Still want to tell us, buddy?
A man in Stagwitch gave me information on where you went.
Oh, that's right. I remember there was like a cutscene that played there. Or a cutscene scene. And we never did figure who it was. That's right.
Nikos?
Yes.
Did you hurt him? He was just doing his job. How could you? How dare you?
If I'm not really needed anymore, I'm
Nikos?
going to head home. Is that okay with you, Emil?
Wait. Did he join him on an adventure? Wait, is it because Emil didn't know where to go by chance?
Whoops. Didn't mean to scare you guys.
Seems like scaring tends to be a habit.
Nikos?
Rain, fun too. It's great to see you both again. What are you doing here?
I was showing Emil the Seikeum. At first I didn't have much of a choice, but it wasn't so bad.
Just fucking carrying a plate with him all the way to here. Okay, Nikos.
What?
So, what happened? Another sleepy night in Stagwitch. Nights were slowly coming to life around town. Residents were settling down in their houses for the night. This was no different for Nikos, with the inn empty after the loss of his performers, ready to close up early and go home.
What a day. Time to clean up and go home, I reckon.
Knock-me and Nikos turned towards the door, wondering just who would be coming by so late.
Hello? What?
The door to the sleeping ostrich pushed open with a bang.
Well, hey there. I'm sorry, but we're actually just about to close up for the night. Unless you're looking for a room?
Did a brown-haired boy come through here?
Brown-haired. Someone like that stayed here last night, actually. Do you know him?
You tell me where he went, or else.
Whoa. No need to be so hasty. Who is he to you?
Don't let him question you like that. You're the speaker. How dare he? Grab him. Force him to tell us.
Who is this voice? Oh, that's concerning. The voice that spoke to Emil didn't surprise him. After all, he'd been hearing the voice of the god since he was born, and the single voice that spoke to him now, calming, relaxing. That doesn't seem calming or relaxing. Okay, so whoever this god is definitely not a good god. No longer a mess of hundreds of voices yelling through the echo chamber that was his mind. Neil walked forward and held Nikos by the shoulder.
I said you'll tell me where he went.
Okay, just calm down. You're looking for Rain? They left for Oxaber just a short time ago.
And that rested on Nikos faltered. I hadn't expected he'd answer so easily.
Oh, thank you.
So, is him being all high and mighty really not a thing?
Do you know the way to Oxaber, moron?
You'll show me the way.
What? I'm not sure I have the time to. Okay. All right. I can show you the way, but we can't leave until tomorrow.
We leave immediately. Pack your bags.
Pardon? I'm sorry, but I don't own a wagon, not even a horse. We'd have to walk the whole way. No one will be leaving this time of night.
Then walk we shall. Quickly.
Or we could escape back after the door. Came in from... Neil glanced around and he felt a pang in his heart. Typical feeling one gets when looking at something that was once dear to them. Feeling quickly tried to bury. So we're gonna see their adventure. As far as Nikos didn't bother questioning or just like doing any, he's too much of a good guy. What are you doing chasing him like this?
Revenge. It's what you're best at, isn't it?
I was about to say revenge for what exactly? I was about to say that. What reason to have revenge? He literally did nothing. Because it looks like him.
You doing all right?
Walk. You're not here for idle chit-chat.
Can I at least know your name?
Emil. Now be quiet.
Just their travel was like this. Either silent or Nikos attempting at conversation and Emil shooting him down. Walk between Stagwood and Oxford couldn't be described as short or easy. Walking all night, Nikos finally convinced Emil that if they're going to survive the trip, they'd have to rest. Against the roots of the great trees deep in the wilderness, and Emil once again sighed to himself. Nikos stacked up dried wood and leaves, and looked towards Emil.
Can you light this?
Excuse me?
I was just wondering, is this your first time roughing it outside?
No, but the last time was many years ago.
I could teach you if you want. It might come in handy if you ever find yourself alone out here.
Emil didn't answer. He still found himself watching Nikos' actions closely. Moments later, a flame flickered to life.
Easy, right? What about cooking? I brought some ingredients with me. I'm something of a chef if I do say so myself. Are you hungry?
Do you want to be poisoned? This isn't like you. I'm disappointed.
I heard those voices giving me like a Wesker vibe. I don't know what it is. Something about his tone. Feels so Wesker-like.
I
Pushed the voice to the back of his mind. Might be annoying, but going hungry would be worse.
am. Thank you.
No problem. You're not from around here, are you?
Can you tell so easily?
I meet a lot of people. You feel different. Like a prince or something.
I'm nothing of the sort. Just a traveler.
First, Nikos pulled out some foodstuffs, vegetables, and nuts, mostly before frying pan and spoon.
You brought
And
all of
still
this?
carrying a plate. But, yeah.
A person should always be prepared for anything. Here, mix this.
The wooden spoon forced in his hand, the speaker himself mixed as Nikos added food in his pan. Of course, he did so very badly, but what use would cooking skill be to someone like him? The food burnt while the rest promptly got flickered out of the pan accidentally.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No need. Everyone starts somewhere. Here, look. Do it like this.
I'm just going to pretend I'm not seeing this.
Oh, shut up. We're having a moment here where the fuck you are.
Like this?
That's right. Look how good it looks already.
Is he gonna have feelings for Nikos now? Is that what's gonna happen? From then on, conversation passed between the two of them as naturally as a river flows. Nikos was amazed at how little life skills Emil actually had. How did he survive this long? Oh, and then they got here once we'd left, I take it. Travels took them to Oxbow, where they arrived to find Raygon. Asked around and found that they'd already left town.
Go home, Nikos. I've already dragged you this far, and for what? He's gone.
And leave you all alone after last night? I'll at least see you the sitcam. But no chance we'll be walking.
His eyes found the ground. Guilt overwhelmed him. What had he done to deserve this kindness? He did was threaten him and force him to come along.
I have an idea. Follow me.
Sorry, Nikos is too nice. No one deserves to have this kind of kindness. Too good. She walked by side towards the outskirts of town. Wagons and horses were strewn about, being packed by merchants and travelers alike.
We'll hitch a ride. Even by wagon, it'll take a few days to get there.
Who would be kind enough to...
You're looking for a ride
Oh
to
my
sit
god,
here?
Lilas, you're back.
Well, hello there, young miss. We are indeed. Are you heading in that direction?
I am. I have extra room if you want.
Are you sure?
Please, get in. It's a long journey, and I'd rather leave now.
Both of them climbed to the back and made themselves comfortable.
What's all this?
So
Are
compared
you a
to
merchant?
last time, she wasn't in a rush, but being in this town, I guess it makes sense, given everything that's happened.
In a sense, I'm delivering some goods. If you're easily upset, I wouldn't recommend digging through those boxes.
Oh, so not the last time words. I'm delivering happiness, or whatever that fucking nonsense was.
Noted. I'll keep my hands to myself.
It needn't be mentioned, but I'll be going around the Amaranth Forest. It will take an extra day's travel.
You'd have a death wish going through it. Around it is. I haven't been to Sitcam in years. Have you ever been?
No, never. When I was younger, I made a promise to someone that we'd travel there together one day.
Thinking about that traitor again?
They get to it separately now.
Really? Haven't had the chance yet?
He died. I
Or
had no wish to
so
go without
you
him, so I never
thought.
did.
I think you'll like it. Think of it as a trip in his memory.
Trip was long and arduous. They finally arrived in Sitcam. Emil stepped out into the snow. He was amazed. Amazed but saddened. Beautiful. If only he were here to see it too. Oh, and he's been seeing it.
Huh?
Said if only he were here to see it too.
What?
Once no one answered him. No one spoke to him or crowded his mind. Completely dead silent for the first time in his life.
You two traveled all this way together? That's unexpected.
Please, Nikos, tell us why exactly we went this far. Just for the stranger.
I'm full of surprises. Anyway, I'm sure my poor neglected inn is missing me, so I'll be off now. Rain, Emil, you should both stop by sometime. Bring your friends, too.
Yep.
Especially the redhead. He'll bring a whole crowd alone.
The wave he left the building.
Oh, for the love of... Are you happy now? You think I'm such a sad, useless idiot I can't even find my own way here? Fine. Think whatever you want.
I mean, we didn't say anything. Definitely made him think of that, but sure, I mean, yeah, whatever.
Actually, I was just thinking that it made you seem a little more human.
I'm glad we got to see him again. Me too. Let's make sure to visit again later.
Well, I didn't expect to see you two together. Not trying to kill each other this time, right?
May have started like that. Door swung open, Caspian stepped in.
Caspian. I've made my decision. I think it's time for me to go home.
I expected as much, and you? Wait, so if that's a voice, would that mean the other two routes are different? Me? Wherever Rain goes. With your permission, sir. You really need his permission? It does seem like you're asking for my blessing of your marriage. What? No, not at all. Not yet. Not yet? What? What? He had his face in his hand, and both Caspian and I couldn't contain our laughter. Emil watched on in silence, removed from our conversation. Guess they really are like father and son. About your friends, don't you want to say goodbye? Did, but I guess they don't.
There's time to find them first, you know. You don't have to leave in such a rush.
If you're leaving with me, then we're going now.
Emil, have some sympathy.
If he wishes to waste time over such things, then he's free to. I'm not waiting around.
Left the building first, not even turn to check if we were following.
Sorry about him. He's always been a little... moody. It's just gotten worse with age by the looks of it.
Followed them outside, shutting the door behind us carefully. So we're just not gonna find others? First, there's still so much more to unpack from what's going on. There's still, like, plot holes here and there to think about. There was an awkward air between Caspian and Emil. To be prepared to part, if they both had something they wanted to say to the other, but neither wanted to be the first to speak up. Streets were still bare, darkened by the overcast sky. Searched desperately through the street for a sign of Leos or son, but they never appeared. Emil, can we speak alone for a moment?
Fancy seeing you here, Emilius.
Emilius? Wait, that voice. Hair as dark as night, striking red eyes, a unknown man suddenly approached, smiling wildly at Emil, just stared back in confusion. Sans was casual and collected, kind of person who could go anywhere and look as if he owned the place. Suddenly, I felt a prickle at the back of my neck.
Do I know you?
That hurts. How could you forget your mentor that easily? After everything I've done for you?
He's the voice, isn't he?
My oh my, I think I might just cry.
My teacher is long dead. You stand to gain nothing by pretending to be him.
And who do we have here? Rain, isn't it? The new young master speaker. Oh wait, just an orphan, right? I definitely see Emil in you. So bright-eyed, so easily controlled. I think we'd get along very well indeed.
This dude's got to be a demon, right?
You!
Stepped to the side, and Caspian went skidding to the ground. At the left, the black-haired man shrugged his shoulders. Rain, step back. No one asks you, nobody. Baum flinched away from his words, didn't stand down.
What kind of stupid joke are you trying to pull? Don't bother trying to bullshit us. You couldn't possibly be him!
Guys, there's no need to be aggressive. What's going on?
Really? Well, I guess I need to have a word with myself then. Just what are these memories that plague me? Oh, I can see it as clear as day. Our young master speaker, trailing behind the princeling, forever in his shadow. The two of them sneaking off into the forest.
Oop. Ah, they come back to chaos, to death, and destruction.
Please, tell me, if I can't be your mentor, then who am I? Oh, fledgling prince, I should thank you. At least that woman you brought back was good for something. Her aim with the blade was phenomenal. I died nearly instantly.
You couldn't be. How?
You son of a bitch. Didn't do enough damage the first time around, and now you're back for more?
My, you certainly do prattle a lot, don't you? I was graciously presented this body, and I'm not one to turn down a kind offer.
Okay, yeah, so he must be a demon, and Brazier must have done something to those other gods in the speaker's head.
Please. Please, I'm begging you, tell me it's not true. You didn't do it, did you?
It? What? Help the royal family meet their demise? Of course I did. You were an idiot for thinking any differently.
No! I trusted you. Everything I did, everything that happened, it was because of you. If not for you, he and I, we never would have.
Could have lived happily ever after? Don't make me laugh. You were an accident waiting to happen. I just gave you a nudge in the right direction. It's not my fault you're gullible. Honestly, I thought you and the fledgling prince were closer than that, but I guess not. You two were so easily broken apart. Well, that's just how it goes. Kings and speakers have never gotten along.
I wonder if by chance, if he's been the reason why they never get along. Gotta be a reason why history kept repeating.
Just, what are you?
I'll have to ignore Caspian's question.
I've enjoyed following you around all these years, Emilius. The way you've suffered, it's delicious. It's just a shame that you've always been such a disappointment. Why didn't you go through with killing Rain when I told you to? One command from you, and he could have been hanging within minutes.
It was you then. That loud voice that boomed over the others. The one that followed me outside of Aurelia Cavella.
Perhaps it was, perhaps it wasn't.
Why are you here? What do you want?
Now his head and two people stepped out from the shadows. Blonde hair and the other with the... Oh. Is he mind controlling? Fine, Leos, what have you done to them?
Shh. They're sleeping. You wouldn't want to wake them, would you?
Let them go. Am I speaking to you, demon child? Wait, he knows about Fawn? Right, how much I call that to them? Oh, you know, because I forgot. I was wait, no, because he has something to do with Fawn's sister. I'm pretty sure I remember. I'm really blanking because we barely have seen him. But maybe, given he's calling him a demon, maybe he is godly in some way. I guess. There's so much to unpack. Or how much I called out to them. They didn't respond. Questions were blank, their eyes clouded over.
I think these two will come in handy later. But for now, I'm really sorry, but the three of you are in the way of my plans. Really, I apologize for this, but I can't let you live, okay?
What?
Okay. No, it's not okay.
Sorry, I wasn't asking for your permission.
One step at a time, he made his way closer to me. He wasn't like Varus, not even like Nox. Oh, he was far more powerful. The air came alive around him, crackling. Helping his sister get revenge on him. Yeah, but how exactly? So we were left off with not knowing what he was doing. Just choosing to help, but we don't know what. I'm so full expecting her to come back at some point. Everyone get back. It's real pink and green. Two people stood between us and the black-haired man.
Ilron, Varus!
This is becoming a habit, isn't it? Swooping in at the last moment to save you.
Thank the gods it is. What are you doing here?
We noticed something was wrong and searched for you. I'm sorry we took so long.
No time to talk, though. Run along for now, and we'll catch up later.
Okay, fine, let's go. You two as well.
I don't think.
No one asked you.
They're right back at him. I turned around and ran. We weren't sure exactly where to go, but anywhere was better than there. One street, then the next, no one was around. One we could hide and collect ourselves. Oh, Titus. Look between all of us as we desperately gasp for breath. Vaughn, Rain, what are you doing here? Oh, there's no time to talk about it. Can you hide us? Follow me. Herring's smirk instantly fell from his face as he looked at the two that stood in front of him, ruining his
What do
fun.
you want? You're getting in the way.
Who are you? What have you done to those two?
Why do you think you have the right to appear in front of me? Two people so insignificant as you. A washed-up, powerless god, and a domesticated fox with his tail between his legs, following along quietly.
You were asked a question. Who are you, and where did you come from?
So demanding. I suppose I can play along for the moment. If I had to pick a name, well, might as well go with my old one, Lucius.
Lucius. I can't say I've heard of you.
I would think you haven't, since I ascended after the gods were locked inside of Aurelia Cavella.
What are you the god of? What exactly are you governing?
Isn't that obvious? The god of all gods. The one that will finally whip this world into a state worth ruling.
I assume that's not an actual one? But I imagine he's probably getting to that point if he's been able to shut out the other gods for the speaker.
Being speaker not enough, huh?
My ambitions are much higher than that.
It's not lying. I've never met someone with so much power in their aura.
I'll kill anyone that opposes me, including the two living speakers. Can't have them messing up my fun, can I?
What about the gods trapped in Aurelia Cavella?
Oh, them? Let them rot. I never liked them much anyway. Always yelling and screaming over just a little torture. I'll build a new world where they aren't needed. New gods can take their places and rule beside me.
What, ones that will agree to serve you?
If that's how you want to think about it.
Lauren's voice was full of anger, barely contained.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that.
Oh, and what will the useless god do about it?
I don't wish to fight, but I'll fight if I must.
Ilron!
Well, that was easy.
No one better die, I swear. Being too attached to everyone here. Before Varys had the chance to act, the light came flying at him, but it didn't hit its mark. It hit Elrond, who reacted almost instantly, jumping in front of the peach-haired god.
Ilron! Ilron, what are you doing?
I'm fine.
For him, Varys was graced with the very thing he dreaded more than anything else. He felt powerless to stop it. But the god speaking to Rain is the actual god of all gods. I really hope you're not, like, subtly spoiling things for me. I really hope you're not. He ran forward and took Elrond's hand, pulling him away from Lucius and in the direction that Rain had fled.
Run all you want. There's no way you can hide from me.
No, okay.
You idiot! What were you thinking?
So I'm just starting to realize, because if Lucius was the voice I was talking to the speaker in his head, and he just lost contact with him once he got here. Whoever was speaking to Rain, I could only assume might be in this area as well in some way.
I owed you one. You took that hit for me in Oxabor. Don't tell me this is what makes you finally lose your cool. It's not that bad. It'll heal right up.
And what if it doesn't? You're too reckless.
So are you. If this were the other way around, you would have done the same thing.
I heal much faster than you, Ilron. It's my job to protect humans, not the other way around.
I try not to sweat the details.
Ilron, I can't handle this. Please, if something happened to you because of me,
What difference does it make? I'll die.
Ah, that's lazy clicks. What was that? Doesn't make. I'll die eventually anyway, and I'd rather be you than something born like old age. Varys' fingers tied around Ilron's, and he brought other fingers up to his mouth and put lips to them.
please, Ilron. I don't ask much of you, but please don't die.
Well, I probably can't stop it in the long term, but I'll try my best to survive this one, at the very least.
Varys, this was his worst nightmare. The one who meant the most to him, the one who changed his life, and pain because of him. Life was so short, so fragile, to a god that's lived for 1,000 years, would already pass by in only a moment. The idea of that being cut even shorter. Tears soundlessly rolled down his face, but running with Ilron in tow, desperate to find Rain. Zarin's study was much as I remembered it, warm and inviting, unlike what I imagined a lab to be like. We shut the door behind us and lit the fire. Caspian and Meal collapsed on the couch. Look, can someone please explain to me exactly what just happened? Was that the speaker said was dead? How? That people don't just reappear like that unless...
It couldn't possibly be, could it?
Yet he knew too much. He spoke just like him.
How could he possibly be alive?
There's no way he lived. I saw him die with my own eyes.
Oh wait, if I remember correctly, if I remember how it was with Varys, I want to say I think Varys had a similar situation, because I think it was he explained that was that the child of the parents, or the child, I think died if I remembered, so he took over his body, I think, if I remember correctly. That was the case, because Lucius said that the body was offered to him. Would it be at that moment that he took over? It's been so long, I don't remember what that detail was back for the Varys. The door was thrown open with a thud. Varys stumbled in, barely holding Ilron. Blood was dripping from his shoulder and his face was a mask of pain.
Please, I need a bandage.
Varys, what happened to him? He's badly hurt. Give him a moment, I have just the thing. What happened to him?
He attacked us. I couldn't react fast enough. Oh, shit. Ilron, please be okay.
Once Varys lost his composure, swearing as tears formed in the corner of his eyes.
I can answer your question.
Please, just stay quiet while I try to patch you up.
He's a god. He either forcefully took that body, or someone offered it to him.
Well, there we go. There's it being explained a bit.
God. But how? Isn't he human?
Titus came stumbling back into the room carrying a large wooden box. Inside was anything a healer would ever need. Bandages and salves, potions and medicines. Sat down next to Varys. Two went to work stopping the bleeding. They worked together effortlessly. They really were both talented healers. Emil and Caspian looked between each other, unsure of who these newcomers were. Quickly explained everything in short. Who and what they were and how they'd helped us before, and as far as talking about gods and demons. Stunned quiet the entire time. Of course, Emil and Ray knew gods existed. He spoke to them on a regular basis, but had no clue about the Aurelian War, or the gods falling and taking mortal bodies. Oh. Really? So no one in Aurelia Villa knows? Text became quiet at the mention of Varys' true identity.
I suppose it's about time I told you the truth.
Oh, I guess I did kind of
We
slip.
aren't born as gods. We all ascended from mortal beings after our deaths.
I don't understand. Can just anyone do it?
No, it's those that have a widespread influence. That could be for good reasons, of course. A person loved by
Yeah,
the world
alright.
and remembered passionately might ascend and become a god. But the opposite is also true. Enough fear and hatred does the same thing.
Fear and hatred? That's all he ever was.
He's powerful. More so than any other god or demon I've ever met. Nox looks like nothing next to him.
Press some medical plant into Elrond's wounds and he gasps in pain.
I don't have the power to oppose him. No one in Sid Kaem does.
I trusted him more than anyone. I thought...
Well, you thought wrong, Emil, because I guess he's probably not quite considered god or demon.
But it was him. The one that chased away the massive voices always swirling around in my mind. The one that followed me out of Aurelia Cavella. If only I had control of my abilities then.
Gods can attach their souls to a human without taking their body. It's unreliable and leaves them powerless, but it's doable. It's a way for them to survive without a body, and without dying.
That's it.
What is it? One's voice has been calling out to me in my dreams since I left a relic village. She must have been the same.
She warned me that someone's been following me. When I saw the speaker, I thought it was probably him, but it was about Lucius, I'm sure of it. And she was an Aurelian god too.
I think you could be right. She was trying to help you, to protect you.
She's gone now, though.
She might have drawn Lucius to you if she stuck around. But if she's not connected to you, then...
I'm sorry, Rain.
He thinks himself a god among gods. If he's left unchecked, he'll have all of Sid Kaem in his palm before we know it. And if this is anything to go by, he'll get rid of anyone that doesn't agree. Namely, the two speakers in the room.
You knew?
We had an inkling, but we weren't sure until Lucius confirmed it.
Titus wrapped a bandage around Elrond's arm and chest, and Varys finally let out a sad sigh. Titus looked deep into Elrond's face, frowning. Then he pulled his mask down, revealing his face, and rated him. I'm sure whatever happened was your own fault, wasn't it? There's you right for how you treated my master. You little brat. I'm also sure you did the right thing, even if I don't like you. I know that much. Well, at least he's understanding. Yeah, he may hate his guts, I guess, but as long as they can work together. Titus, couldn't possibly let you down either. Varys, just look at how much I've improved. With a gentle smile, Varys reached down and ruffled Titus' hair. Titus smiled back like a child happy to be praised. And well, Titus, you're really a god? I'm sorry for not telling you. Don't worry, I'll keep it a secret, even from Master. You can tell him when you're ready. Growing up is so well, I'm proud of you. The smile fell from Varys' face as he turned towards Emil.
You're Emil, the speaker, aren't you?
Me? Yes, I am.
I guess it might be a bit timid to actually interact with God now that he knows.
You know the gods are trapped within Aurelia Cavella, don't you?
No, allow me the chance to explain. After I took over from Lucius, I had to learn everything myself. Usually he would have passed over all his knowledge and secrets to me, but seeing as his death was rather sudden, he didn't have the chance. Yes, I knew they were angry. Trust me, I heard them. But I didn't know why. I didn't know how to fix it. Enough voices and it just becomes a sea of meaningless noise.
I see.
If that asshole is allowed to live, then they'll be stuck there forever.
But what could we possibly do? Even Varys couldn't stop him. What chance do the rest of us have?
just leave silently us either. Tara and Varus pause for a moment, thinking to themselves, like they didn't need to speak to communicate with each other.
We'll help. On one condition.
Let them turn their attention to Emil.
If we help, you'll let the trap gods go, and agree to never force them to stay there again.
Emil looked towards the ground. Ever since Lucius revealed himself, he looked lost.
Of course I'll agree.
What's the plan then?
If we're going to take him down, we'll need more people. More gods, more demons, anyone that'll help.
Oh, are we going to have... Are we going to get Nox to help us? Because if I remember correctly, he's just unconscious. We haven't figured out a way to separate them. And who else would possibly come?
You said there wasn't
Oh,
anyone
it's
CK
gonna
and
be
powerful
interesting.
No, there's not. The only thing I have to go on is rumor. I've heard whispers of a village hidden in the mountains, where gods have found refuge. I don't know if it's true, but it's the best chance we've got.
In a village discovered by famed cartographer Sylvere? You know of it? The story is one of my favorites. Rainfont, please, if you go there and manage to survive, to tell me all about it, every last detail. Rain, I'll add it to the biography I'm writing about you. It really will be a tale for the ages. Fine, I promise. I'll tell you everything.
What are we waiting for then?
Oh, you're early today? Alright. Am I? I mean, either I stream like around this time or I stream at night. I don't know if it's really early. Especially given my time. But I am doing fine. Just a bit tired. Because I kind of only woke up like an hour ago, so...
There's just a small issue. I also heard that they don't care for the quarrels of mankind. Even if we appeal to them, they might turn us away. They live alone for a reason. They hold no allegiance to any of us.
If they got to all the trouble to keep to themselves, it might be hard to convince them.
I know we can do it.
I'll untrust Ilran to you.
What?
You're not in any state to be hiking up a mountain.
I don't care. I'm going anyway.
We just talked about this.
Well, it's early for me because usually you're live at 3 or 4 a.m. Ah, I see. Well, for me, it is high noon. And that's 10 p.m. Okay.
I'm not letting you go without me.
Oh, you really having... Oh my god, you're having me make a choice here. Because I'm pretty sure this is gonna affect Varus, and I don't want him to be sad. It makes sense leaving him here with Titus. But I feel like Lucius might have a lot of control in the city. Oh my god, I need to make a save, I need to make a save. So torn. If anything, I'm so getting the bad ending. I'm so getting the bad ending. Not intentionally. It's gonna happen. That's the trend with every visual novel I play. Never the best route. Just either the alright route or I fucked up route. We're gonna take Elrond. It might not be great, but I don't trust him staying here. Lucius is too powerful. I don't like the idea of, because I'm fearing that maybe if we come back, we might lose either Illiren or Varus if they're separated right now.
He's injured, but he's too invaluable to leave behind, isn't he?
It's actually a difficult choice. It is! Because, one hand, because I can't, because we don't know how Lucius remotely took over our friends, however that was. Because Leos was in the same building as us, and yet he was taken either. Leos probably was wandering out at night, I assume, while Rain and Fawn was having smexy time, right? That's my only guess of how else he could have gone in, because the door was unlocked. Even though I trust Titus to like take care of him, Lucius is just my concern. So I'm like, because either we leave here and I'm afraid he's going to get taken over, or he take us with us and I fear that he's going to be too weak when we have to fight. Neither choice sounds good. That's what I'm theorizing, what will happen with both choices.
I know that. I really do, but...
Varys, I'm not staying here. Not with so much on the line.
Varys' stone expression turned soft and he reached out to touch Lauren's face.
You really are far too reckless. But I know there's no stopping you when you have your mind set on something. Okay, you can come. But if it becomes too much, then you're to come straight back here.
Please, to however many gods there is in Aurelia, please let him live.
I won't make any promises.
I know.
Take these salves with you, too, and these in case of infection. Oh, more bandages, too. Tice pulled numerous vials and bottles into Varys' arms, humbly accepted, stashing them away for later use. Listen to me carefully, Titus. You are in danger by bringing us here. I have to admit that to you. Speak a word of us to anyone, even Zareen for now. Anyone you don't know approaches you, feign ignorance and get away as soon as possible, okay? You can count on me.
This is all well and good, but it isn't my place to get involved anymore. This really has nothing to do with me, so...
Stop being such a coward! All this time, I heard tales of the charismatic Prince Caspian, about how strong he was, how everyone looked up to him. So where the hell did he go?
Dude's getting scolded by his son.
This doesn't just concern you. It concerns everyone. Every single person who lives in Sidcaeum, in Aurelia Cavella, those in Stagwitch and Oxabor, everywhere. Do you really not hold even a shred of care for your people anymore? Have you just given up?
No, of course I care for them, but...
You don't need to finish that sentence. You can end it there just fine. If you still care, then you'll come along and fix this with us.
I don't have any choice, do I?
No, you don't, Caspian. Emil and Caspian are so childlike. if they're being scolded this much by Rain. Good luck. Better all survive here. All of our stuff ready, we quickly prepare to leave. Aaron stood up straight, but you could tell he was in a lot of pain still. Be careful while we're gone. Aaron started to leave, shuffling out the door until it was just Fawn and I, giving us a moment. I just went back to check on Nox. I took his hand in mine and gently squeezed, comforted by the fact that he was by my side. I'll tell you the same thing that Varys said to Lauren, that you could wait here, but I know you won't. Instead, I hope you'll stay by my side for this. Always and forever. Here I thought my adventure was about over. Just carry trouble with you wherever you go, don't you? With a smile, we left Serene's lab behind and followed after the others. I imagine Fawn's gonna play a very important role when we come back, trying to fight Lucius. We snuck down side roads and always on the way to the gates of Sidcam. Probably pointless though, seeing as the streets were completely empty. It's so empty.
He couldn't have gotten to everyone. Are they hiding?
I don't know.
Passes the front gates, but no guards stood watch this time. I'm really hoping taking Aileron with us is the best option. I like already quickly forgot like everyone's like vanished for some reason. I wonder if maybe everyone's been like secretly under his control and we just never knew when we came. Outside the sun was already outside the sun was already setting. The deep chilling cold was setting over the land. I pulled our clothes in tight around ourselves.
You know, this is the first time I've heard of this secret village.
I didn't want to speak of it without being sure, but I hadn't had the chance to investigate yet.
Is there a reason you didn't look for it? Couldn't you have stayed there?
Well, I suppose I could have, but to me, it was never an option. They might have decided to remove themselves from humanity, but I didn't want to give up.
Conversation faded out, and for a while we simply followed Varus through the growing darkness. It was deep and cold as we moved off the path and into the wilderness.
Are you okay? Should I carry you?
No. I'm fine. I can't just keep going and pretending nothing's wrong, though. Hey, you.
Me?
Does it look like I'm talking to anyone else? I know all about you and the things you let happen. Don't think you'll get off lightly if you don't stop whatever's going on in Azeros.
Wait, what? How do you know about Azeros?
Fuck.
Wait, do we know that name? Azeros? I don't think Brain knows we should have got that name somewhere. Whatever will be explained. I don't remember that name.
There's no point in keeping it a secret anymore, Ilron.
There's no point keeping a lot of secrets at this point.
I'm from Aurelia Cavella. Well, originally.
What?
I thought you were from Sid Kaem.
Another person from there?
My mother and I fled when I was young.
Why?
Looked towards Emil with a point expression.
For fear of punishment from the speaker. What else?
What? Why?
I snuck into Azeros. I wanted to visit my grandparents, but my father said that I couldn't. I was curious. I thought a single peek wouldn't hurt. I'd just go in, say hi, and get out of there. Of course, I got busted on the way out by my father, and he dragged me through the streets to report me to you. So my mother grabbed me and ran.
I wouldn't have. Round overcome with the realization that yes, probably would have done something about it.
I'm sorry.
Don't waste your breath. What you should be sorry for is what's going on in there.
What do you mean? Isn't it just where they're rewarded?
It's a factory. They're all food for the trapped gods.
Wait, what? Oh my god. That is... Huh. Okay. If Illirin doesn't live, at least I'll be happy getting all this info about more Aurelia Cavella.
Is that true?
It's true. It was a practice put in by Lucius just before he passed away.
Not even surprised.
I remember he told me that the king had put him in charge of it. And after he died, the voice told me to keep bringing the elders there. With all of this new knowledge, I can guess who was telling me to do it.
Perhaps he had some insight into what the future held, and he set it up as a means to make himself more powerful after his death. If so, It's no wonder he's so powerful.
I always knew he was a creepy, evil bastard long before he became a murderer. If you just listened to me back then.
I never thought he was like this. How was I supposed to know? He only ever showed me kindness. I just thought he was a little misunderstood.
You got too much trust in the voices.
You should have trusted me like I trusted you.
You? Why would I trust someone that would abandon me so easily?
How many times do we have to have the same conversation? I didn't abandon you, you know that!
Eyes returned to Meal's face, and he shot daggers at Caspian, figured back and forth, forgetting that anyone else was even there. Just ignore their low lover spat. It'll sort itself out.
Lovers spat?
You seem very close, you don't think? Both shut up instantly. Caspian faced forward, walked on in silence, and Meal's face grew redder by the second. So, group date to the gods area of refugee is what's happening. Because Rain's with Fawn, Iller and Varys are a thing, even though they don't want to admit it. And then we have Caspian and Emil, who are possibly maybe gonna get together. Oh, so this is how it is. What, wait, seriously? They were a thing?
You two. Did you really?
Now's not the time to talk about something like that.
I don't wish to comment.
So yes. The answer is yes, Rain. Not right, like not remotely perfect time bringing this up, but everything is so serious. Triple date. Yeah. Caspian, my father, and the speaker. Why is that so difficult to imagine?
Isn't this sweet, then? It's like a little family reunion. The Cabbage Patch Kid and his two dads.
Coughing up a lung there, Illiran, with that joke. Sarcastic words broke off into a raspy, loud cough. Varys wrapped an arm around Illiran, steadying him.
Take it easy.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Varys gently stroked at Illiran's messy hair before letting go. He didn't go far, instead staying at the green-haired man's side as always. Caspian and Emil arguing on one side, and Illiran and Varys speaking quietly on the other. Finally left to talk to Fawn alone. Are you doing alright? He smiled at me half-heartedly, only for a moment. I'm worried about Annie. Still your sister, after all. I think she just went home. I really don't think we consider her a sister, let alone a relative of any sorts. Well, I can't blame her for what she did. You're not. I know you, and you're not. I reached down and pushed the strand of hair behind his ear, and a small smile returned to Fawn's face. And found mine, and he held my palm to his cheek, leaning into it. Thank you, really. Still, it's hard to be mad at her. From her point of view, I was always closest with her. I think that's why it hurts so much. To know she looks at me and feels nothing but anger. Just know that I can't forgive her for treating you like she did. I'll help with anything I can. If you want to make up with her, then that I'll be there beside you, alright?
Whoa! Whoa! Ilron!
Weight hit my back and I fell to the ground with a thud. What the hell happened?
Sorry, kid.
Ilron, this isn't like you. You really have to go back.
No. I'm fine. It's dark. I tripped. It was an accident.
I wonder if he'll get healed once we get to the town. If, like, there'll be at least a god somewhere there that's, like, straight up a god of healing.
I think...
Bright light took up my vision, and I suddenly felt dizzy and sick. Luckily I was on the ground, or I would have fallen over and hit my head. My voice rang out, so the light spread to every corner of my mind before disappearing into nothingness. This place was a fiery, aching pain in my chest that made me lose my breath.
Ilron? Rain?
Ilron quickly jumped off of me, watching me carefully as I sat up. One ran to my side, looking on with a worried but knowing expression as blood soaked through my clothing, covering my shoulder. Oh, is it... I forgot, Rain has the healing powers. Is that what's happening here? You. Oh. Okay. Neil and Caspian, who were walking silently ahead, called out to us from the darkness. We didn't respond, they quickly found their way back to us.
What's wrong?
It hurts.
What did you just do?
Can someone please explain what's going on?
So is this the one thing that isn't explained? No one knows?
It's gone.
Now it's useful. Man, thank goodness I brought him, right? Completely forgetting Rain had the powers to, like, transfer wounds. Something tells me leaving actually would have been the bad choice. Then pulled off his shirt despite the snow-driven cold around us. Ripped off his bandages. Everyone looked from him to me, then back again. First, can you treat this wound? Yes.
Isn't this a surprise?
This isn't the first time this has happened. Just after we met, he healed my injury, but...
I think I'm beginning to understand. His ability allows him to heal others at the cost of his own life, right? This injury is Ilron's.
That's right.
This could be dangerous in the wrong hands. Can you control it?
No.
It's your gift as the next speaker, if they can even be called that.
Does that mean every speaker has a different power?
My gift?
It manifests in different ways depending on the person. I can't do anything close to that.
Okay, well, I guess that explains it. Thanks, Emil. Thanks for telling me. Thanks for asking the question. Chris pressed herbs into my wound that first burned before making the area go numb. Wrapped in bandages after stopping the bleeding, quickly dressed again. Still aching numbly, a constant pressure that made it hard to breathe.
Rain, you should go back. We can handle this alone.
No way. I can deal with this. Just fine.
Then we can at least spend the night here and continue tomorrow.
Shook my head and stood.
We don't have any time to waste.
You heard the kid. He's got some guts. I'll give him that.
Perhaps the two of you aren't so different after all.
That's not a compliment to either of us, you know.
Neil stood apart from the group awkwardly. When he saw me stand, he turned to leave and Neil hurried to catch up with him. Every step echoed painfully through my body, but I kept on through the snow, trying desperately not to fall behind. One walked by his side, not bothered by my slowness. When I stumbled, he would catch me, or squeeze my hand and helping me along. The walk was long and arduous, made even more so by the pain in my chest. At times, small talk passed between us. The majority of the trek was made in silence. The darkness combined with the cold made us all shiver and draw out coats close to us. Even Varys was wearing shoes for once. Oh my god, he's wearing something other than a cloak.
Are you okay walking in that getup? You're not really dressed for climbing mountains.
I'm just fine, thank you very much.
Why didn't you, I don't know, wear something more normal looking?
Does he have something normal looking?
This is all I have, okay?
Neil shook his head and huffed, ignoring Caspian.
We aren't far now if the rumors are true, but before we go any further, there's something I want to tell you all.
What is it? Hans' face clouded over with worry, but Varys smiled easily and calmly as he usually did.
maybe this is selfish of me to mention, but for me, this is my final trip.
What?
Dylan's eyebrow twitched. Eyes cast away from us.
For hundreds of years, I was lost until I found my purpose.
The trapped gods? He nodded.
I will find them, and I will free them. I'll forever be grateful to Ilron for guiding me down this path. Once they're free, I will finally be able to move on in peace.
Move on? Where are you going?
With closure, I'll be able to pass on, free of guilt.
No.
We'll never see you again, then.
For a moment, I thought that was a voice. Mouth faltered for a moment, and a hint of sadness flashed across his face.
I'll always be thinking of you all.
I don't know how it works exactly, but I guess if he were to leave his body, he'd just fade away like the gods hundreds of years ago.
Ilron, won't you be lonely? What do you think?
It's not my decision to make.
Although I couldn't see his face, his voice was more serious than usual, more restrained.
Wait a second. Look.
The thick trees up ahead was some kind of light, hidden but barely visible.
If we're looking for a hidden village, I'd say we found it.
Let me take the lead. I don't know how they'll react to seeing humans trying to enter.
We all nodded and followed closely behind Varys, who made slow and careful steps towards the village. Vast mountain range surrounded us. The icy tips seemed threatening. The landscape was bleak and quiet, even described as lonely. Lost in my own thoughts, I didn't even notice that another person had joined the group.
State your purpose, travelers.
Suddenly, Varys raised his hands and showed that he had no weapons. The rest of us silently copied him. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Ilron has blades, but I guess we'll ignore that.
We've come to petition your aid.
Then you'd best turn back while you still have the chance.
Looked between us one at a time before settling on me. My eyes went wide and she suddenly rushed back into the village. Oh, do the gods here know? What's that about?
Should we follow her?
I'm not sure.
Rain!
Oh, wait! Is she the voice? Flash of white rushed towards me, and suddenly I was being held in a tight embrace.
Whoa!
Injury ached, but I quickly wrapped my wounds around the person who just charged towards me. Lexi was white hair. Her face was buried into my shoulder, and I could feel it becoming damper by the second.
I'm sorry, but do I know you?
Oh, Rain, I'm so happy that you're okay. All this time I've been watching over you, but I never thought we'd get to meet properly.
I don't know why it required her to scream out Rain that made me click at that moment to realize that was the same voice.
You're the one from my dreams?
What?
I'm so happy, Rain. I'm so happy to be able to talk to you.
I guess she feels a bit less godlike given the echoing that was from the voice in the head. Her arms tightened even further around me and mine around her.
I thought you were gone forever. How did you get here?
It's a long story, but there's plenty of time for that later. Oh, I have so much to tell you. I've wished for a chance to talk with you ever since you were a kid.
Since I was a kid?
Like the time you got your head stuck in that tree. Oh, or when you climbed onto that roof and...
Okay, that's enough. I get it.
Just telling every embarrassing story. Message redacted. What the heck? Not sure what reason that got redacted. Not even sure what even said, but okay. Interesting. Giggles faded from her voice and became a low whisper.
The times when you felt lost, And the times you felt there was no hope left in the world, all I could do was watch. All I wanted was to hold you like this and tell you it would be okay. I'm sorry, this must be too sudden for you. A random woman pouncing on you in the wilderness, treating you like a child. I've known you for a very long time, Rain.
She's acting like a mother. She is. But, I mean, it's fair enough given she's been watching over Rain for so long. And I mean, she's also God, so we don't know what kind of God she is.
The least I could do is introduce myself. My name is Morwen.
Wait, Mom, is that you? Wait. What? Hold on, wait. Meet Morwen. Wait, what do you mean, Mom, is that you? Wait.
Thank you.
I flinch. She pulls her face back from my shoulder and stared at me closely.
You're injured?
Just a little.
You should have said something. Tell me where it hurts, and I'll make it better.
Wait. I know I said I'd bring them here, but humans aren't allowed in the village.
I'm not human.
Maybe not, but your companions are. What do you want from us?
We need your help. We won't take no for an answer.
I'm confused. Same. Like, I didn't miss any of that whole speaking. She just said that she was watching over him since he was a kid. This better be explained. Why would the achievement say, Mom, is that you?
Awful pushy for a beggar.
We've come to request the help of the village gods. Sid Kaem, no. All of Vidus is in grave danger, and we can't face it alone.
It's Lucius, isn't it?
How did you know?
We've crossed paths more than once. I sensed it as soon as he entered Sid Kaem.
We don't interfere with human problems. You'll have to go elsewhere.
Well, too bad for you, because it's a god problem as well. Isn't there anyone in charge we could speak to? Please, an audience is all we ask.
There's someone you can speak to, but his answer will be no different.
No matter what he says, I'll support you. Sylvia, can you take Rain in and look at his injuries?
No problem.
Sylvia turned and walked into the village silently. We all followed along, but Morwen caught hold of Caspian Meal's sleeves.
Will be just a moment.
Oh, wait, are we just leaving them? Now, what's the deal with these two? Surely my children are far too troublesome.
Do you, need something?
Morwen stared in both their faces and they looked back with confused expressions.
You two... You've been very naughty boys.
What is... Okay, Morwen, please. Who are you?
Don't think that the two of you went below my radar. Rain wasn't the first kid I've watched over. You two have been fighting for far, far too long. It's about time you stopped. When you two were children, you got along so well. If it hurts me this much to see you like this, then how do you two feel? To see you side by side again, it's enough to make me cry. I know it won't be instant. Wounds don't heal so easily. But all I ask is that you try. Even if it takes years, I believe in both of you.
Thank you, miss. But...
Miss? I'm a lot older than both of you, you know. Older than every single person in this village put together. You might think I'm meddling, but...
Morwen squeezed the two of them tighter.
I can see it. A long string, twisted and filled with knots as it is, that connects the two of you. Even after all of these years, I still see it.
It's not possible. Not anymore.
I hope you'll change your mind, my little speaker.
My little speaker.
You've been through a lot. Don't blame yourself so much, okay? Well, we shouldn't keep the others waiting, should we?
Morwen finally withdrew from the hug, but the other two lingered awkwardly.
What are you standing around for? Decided to hug and make up?
Both looked off to the side awkwardly, eyes darting around as if in search for a place to escape to. In response, Morwen reached up and pinched their cheeks, smiling all the while.
Follow me then. There's plenty of time for making up later.
I need an explanation so badly. What kind of god is she? If she's been watching these three all along. More so just for the achievement title. What is that all about?
Ugh, don't be a baby. It'll feel better in no time.
Right now it hurts.
Severe poured a tonic to my wounds before rewrapping them. Two of us were alone. Fawn was waiting outside the room. Along with Ferris and Elrond, Caspian and Emil were still nowhere in sight. Once Morwen pulled them to the side. Finally, I put my shirt back on over the gods while Severe busied herself returning the medical supplies to their respective cupboards and boxes. I don't know why that was hard saying.
What are you staring at?
Well, you?
Mind your tongue before you lose it.
It's a little harsh.
Why are you helping me?
Morwen asked me to. Don't read into it so much.
You still could have said no.
I'm sorry. Would you prefer I undress your wound?
Okay, don't need to be threatening here.
No. I'm sorry, okay? I'm just curious about you.
If you have questions, then out with them already. There's nothing I can stand less than people playing coy.
You're Sylvere, the famous cartographer?
Her eyes went wide and her mouth almost formed full O before she composed herself.
How did you know that?
So it's true.
Anyone that remembers me is long dead or lost at the bottom of the ocean. I asked you a question. How did you know that?
I came across your journal. It was pure luck, I promise. I didn't realize you'd be here.
Where was the journal? I've been so much on this adventure. What was that?
You can read Toggin.
Well, no. But I had someone with me that could. How did you end up here again? Last I read, you were guided out.
When was this? I don't remember. I've completely blanked on whenever that moment was that was explained about her. I have no info where that... I have no clue when that was. I have no clue. I don't remember, but I guess it was the thing at some point. I really don't remember at all.
A curious one, aren't you?
Please?
What else did you expect to happen? I died. I thought that was it for me, but apparently, enough assholes thought good of me and I ascended as a god. Original, right?
All the gods I met ascended before the Aurelian War. What was it like exactly?
Cold.
Cold?
At first, it's like being held underwater. Desperate to breathe, but every breath you take fills your lungs with water. But you keep trying anyway. Then it's as if you're being pulled in all directions at once, in an endless abyss of darkness.
And then what?
I don't know what comes next. Then I fell down to the earth. Maybe that's the point where gods used to ascend to the heavens to watch over humans. But life isn't like that for us anymore. I just fell. I would have died for real then if I didn't find this body. I guess it was fate that I happened to fall as this body was dying.
Rain, here you are.
Morwen.
Emil and Caspian are with your companions. Sylvia?
I patched him up. I'll give you a moment.
Before I could open my mouth to reply, Sylvia fled the room, leaving me alone with Morwen.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, it's still painful. I can deal with it. Will you tell me how you got here?
She walked forward a few steps before sitting down on the bed that sat in the corner of the room. She motioned for me to join her.
I stayed with you until we reached Sidkaam. I was trying to warn you before then, but I still couldn't speak to you properly. It's probably because you have no training as a speaker. It's a wonder I could reach you at all.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
She reached out and cupped my cheek, a smile playing across her lips.
Once Lucius reached Sidkaam, I knew he'd find you instantly if I stayed connected to you. It might have only bought you a little bit of time, but if that means the difference between your life or death, well, the choice was obvious to me.
Even though you could have died?
Her hand fell from my cheek to my hand, clasping it softly with her gloved fingers.
When you've lived as long as I have, sometimes that doesn't seem like such a bad thing. Well, you can obviously tell I didn't die. Sylvia found me and guided me towards a body. I was weak, unused to the weight of flesh. She brought me back here to heal. I wanted to run away, to come find you, but my legs wouldn't listen.
Thank you for everything.
There's nothing to thank me for, my child. I barely did anything.
She shook my head and smiled. She'd done more for me than she realized. The door suddenly opened and in stepped Varys.
Varys?
Varys smiled as he approached, unsurprised.
You recognize me after all.
It's been a long time, God of the Harvest.
And you, Goddess of Water.
The god of water? Okay, I would have not expected that's what she was.
You two know each other?
We've never met in our human forms since I was locked away in Aurelia Cavella. But we knew of each other before then.
How is it in there?
Dire. They're all going insane. We're only a handful of what we used to be, too. Lucius has consumed many of the old gods.
No wonder he's so powerful. A mix of humans and gods to feast onto his heart's desire.
So Lucius is like way more than just some demon.
If you intend to fight him, then I'll be there too.
I fear that even with the two of us, it won't be enough.
Then we need the help of the villagers.
Maybe Nox? A little bit odd that was a thing mentioned. And it would make sense for what reason why the choice of keeping him alive or not was a thing. There's not solemnly thinking.
Sylvia says that it won't happen.
It will be difficult. Their leader has no interest in humans. I don't trust him.
As I've heard.
Before long, the door opened once again, and the rest of the group rejoined us. Sylvia already looked as if she was ready to punch Ilran in the face. It's a gift, really. How he can get under someone's skin that quickly? Rain, are you okay? Vaughn rushed forward, and I quickly stood up from the bed, catched him in my arms. Okay, it still hurts a little, but I'm sure it'll heal quickly. Jeez, get a room. I'm sure we'll get one. Hold on, Ilran. We found a room. You could leave if you want. Oh, I'm touched. The little puppy's got a little spice, hasn't he? You're up so fast. Vaughn reached up and cupped my face with his hands. Smelled back at him to dispel his worries. If you're done being all lovey-dovey, it's time to meet our leader. Just be waking up, and we'll miss him if you don't hurry. Waking up, it's night though. Exactly. Quickly now. Black, red hair spun around as she turned to leave yet again. Others followed behind her, leaving me with Fawn. Come on, you might say no, but well, I mean, reason I also say soon because I think, based on how this place looked and what I remember from scenes that the devs posted, things is probably gonna be another place for a sex scene that I'm glad to cut out whenever that plays, if I'm correct. Rain? What is it? Looking down, he softly kissed me before drawing back again. I'm glad you're okay. If anything were to happen to you, just know that I'd die for you if I had to. I took my head and ran my fingers through his pale hair. Rather than dying for me, I'd rather you promise me your future instead. His hand found my face, and he gently ran his fingers down my skin, down to my chest and my arm, and finally caught my hand. Smiled at me, sadly, before pulling me towards the door. Okay, I think if anything, this probably should be good enough time to end for now. Before we get into more what the fuck is going on, I need my questions answered. Oh my god. The game always gets to the point where I'm like, this feels like we're near the end, just for them to add more stuff that I'm like, where is this leading? So before I go anymore, end it here for now. Thank you all for stopping by. Hopefully it's been fun watching some weird way. And yeah, gonna bring up Instagram, will be done. So anyways, everybody have a good day, night, evening, or have you? Because I don't know around the world, and I'll probably, if anything, schedule this again same time next week again. So yeah, figure out what happens more from there. Anyways, bye.